Last night I was lying in bed and I realised something. You know when you hate your siblings? Yeah, we all do. And then you're like, oh, well, you're the adopted one. And you don't really mean it. It's kind of a joke. But, like, my brother's actually adopted. So, I'd be really mean if I went up to him and be like, oh, you're the adopted sibling.
Night, I went to my cousin's for a sleepover. We wanted to have a spa night, so we walked our chunky monkey stunky wonky lunky funky ass to the bathroom. Once we arrived, we began to put our special potions into the toilet and swirl it around with our foot. My foot became so soggy, loggy, cloggy, shoggy, woggy, hoggy wet we had to flush our masterpiece. We went to her room so I could wash my foot with her blanket. We came to the bathroom with a rude awakening. Her other mother's brother was taking the longest shit in the toilet when he let out the highest scream possible. The potions bubbled up into his shit started to overflow into the shower. That's when my cousin's brother lost his virginity at 7 from bleach, borax, Windex, floor cleaner, lemon, scented oil, and tacky dust.
One day, we were in class. I was in band at the time, and the classroom phone rang, and the teacher went and he answered the phone. He got really serious. He got this really concerned, shocked look on his face, and he hung it up and he turned to us and he said, everybody sit down, be quiet, the bell's going to ring in a couple minutes, you're going to stay seated. And then he went over to the doors and he locked them. First, some of us were like, well, is it a bomb threat? Because we used to get bomb threats all the time, but then we realized that doesn't make sense because when we get a bomb threat, they evacuate us. And then we're like, is there some type of killer in the school? Is there a weather alert? The teacher wouldn't answer any questions. He was told not to. And the bell rang. We all stayed seated and we sat there for a really, really long time. And then the next bell rang, which means a whole other class period had passed. And still he said, stay seated. And I can't tell you how long we were trapped in this room and nobody was telling us what was going on.
I know that I cannot be the only one where you're in school and you literally like break your arm or something, or like your knee is split open. There's literally blood everywhere and you're in so much pain. Like you've literally just broken a bone. So then obviously you're going to go to like the school nurse or medical room or whatever. And all they would say is put a wet paper towel on it. You would just stare at her in disgust. Like, miss, I've broken my arm. Are you seriously just going to sit there and watch me hold a stupid wet paper towel on it? And then they say like, oh, don't worry, sweetheart, I'm like trained to do this stuff. Well, you're clearly not, hun. Can you not like call my mum or something at least? Like, just do something. Because wet paper towels do not cure anything. They're not made of magic. It can't be just me. You miss one day of school, and then the teachers let you go home early and it hasn't even been half a day. Ariana Grande shows up to teach your music lesson. There's a massive water balloon fight at lunchtime. All sorts of tea, nothing compared to what you've seen before. Movies in English, along with a school trip to a theme park. You meet famous TikTokers and get their merch for free. And then you never hear the end of the day you missed again.
Day my teacher announced to the class that we were gonna do a Kahoot. I threw my bag of Cheeto Puffs in the air and screamed because I was so excited. I knew I was going to win the Kahoot. Everyone else looked at me like I was on drugs because of how hyper I was. They all knew that I was gonna win since I had never lost a game of Kahoot before. The game started and I was obviously the first to join. My username was Kahootmaster235 of course. Most people joined and so the teacher started the game. Some people didn't join because they knew I was gonna win. There were 15 questions. I was in the lead but when I saw the leaderboard, this kid with the username You're Gonna Lose Sophia89 was really close behind me. Everyone was cheering them on because they wanted to see me fail. I was like, oh no ratatata, that ain't gonna happen. I couldn't lose my streak of winning. I got the 10th question wrong but You're Gonna Lose Sophia89 got it right so they went up to first place and I went to second. I did well the rest of the game and when it announced the winners, I was in second place and they crippled stretched Ed Sheeran cereal box Stanky Ho brick eating Kojo Siwa on steroids bitch. Everyone was applauding them and I realized it was Becky Necky. I decided since everyone was laughing, I let out the most wubble double bubble hubble nubble mubble pubble lubble cubble shit. It managed to make the school catch on fire. Everyone evacuated and everyone was covered in smoke. Everyone apologized to me for laughing at me. It turned out I had bowel cancer and I had to go to the doctor since my asshole had started to...
We literally had that one kid in primary school who literally ruined everything for the class. Like, say if the teacher was doing that 1 minute in silence thing because we were talking too much in the lesson, and then we'd lose like a minute of our break time. But if someone as such as made a sound, then like we'd have to start all over again, like blah 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 blah. There would always be that one kid who thought he was an actual comedian because he kept on making bloody gorilla noises the 1 minute of silence, and then we'd have to keep on starting the time all over and all over again, and this dude just wouldn't stop. And he didn't even, he's not even funny. He sounds like a bloody demented goose. Like, are you okay? And then we'd get onto the playground, and then there'd be these group of boys who were like hella mad, and they were like, oh my god, you lost 5 minutes on our break time, like, fight me. And then there'd be year 6 beef, and then we'd have that depressing talk with the teacher about how, oh my god, you're the top of the year, like, we like, look up to you, like, you should be better than this.